We're rolling.
We are rolling.
Rolling today with Mr. Olly Murs.
What's happening? How are you?
What's happening? I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm really good.
It's really good to have you here. Oliver Stanley Murs. That's your full name. Is anybody in this world calling you by your full name? Probably a grandmother.
Sometimes I get the odd Oliver Stanley from my mum or someone who's trying to tell me off.
Only if you did something bad.
Oliver Stanley, come here. So no, I mean normally just Ollie's sorted. Yeah.
Prefer Olly.
Yeah, I prefer Ollie. Yeah.
Let's keep with Olly.
But you know what really annoys me? Because there's so many different ways of spelling Oliver or Ollie. But Ollie, I think, spelled O-L-L-Y, and lots of people spell it with O-L-L-I-E.
Yeah.
In the UK anyway, and yeah, it really annoys me. Anyway, I just wanted to let you know that.
With a Y,
it's always with a Y.
I try to pronounce it
Ollie.
that it sounds like a Y.
Of course.
Yeah.
Ollie.
Olly.
It's Ole.
Olly?
Yeah.
You say Olly.
Ollie.
Olly Murs.
Yeah. Thanks, mate.
Yeah, I can talk a lot about names. 24 Hours, that's your new album.
Yep.
I read that the name 24 Hours is kind of, you chose that name because every 24 hours are different.
Mm-hmm.
And you broke up with your girlfriend within 24 hours.
Well, kind of, yeah. I mean, obviously we didn't just break up over 24 hours, but I think that whole day, the day when it was officially like we're not together anymore, and I think everyone can kind of relate to when you break up with someone and that sort of 24 hours that you break up with each other, it's a weird time because you really don't know whether you've made the right decision or the wrong decision, whether you're really happy or sad. And I think, like, for me, it was kind of a bit like that. I was a bit like, wow, this is a bit of... Because, you know, for me, anyway, I haven't really been in many relationships, so this was, like, my real first full, intense one, you know, really, really, you know, meaningful. And so for, like, 3 or 4 years together, it's quite a big time, you know. When you break up with the thing, this is a big decision to make. And so it was a bit of a weird 24 hours. That's why, you know, I think it was a great title for the album.
I think that's a feeling that everybody knows, like after breaking up, that you just wonder if it was the right decision or not.
Exactly, you do. You second guess yourself. So, I mean, it was a bit of a mutual decision anyway, but it was definitely... Because the song that I wrote on the album called 24 Hours is kind of about that. It's a very dreamy, very spacey, kind of out-of-body experience kind of song. And it's about that feeling of like you really don't know if it's the right decision or not, but you know that you've been up thinking about this for 24 hours and you're not too sure whether it's the right decision or not. So it's quite cool. And
how did that go? Did you tell your now ex-girlfriend, okay, darling, it's over, but now I'm going to write an album about this?
No, I didn't I intend to, really. I suppose in my head, I thought maybe we'll break up, we might get back together before I started writing the album again. I suppose I didn't really think that far ahead. Right. But then obviously we didn't, and then I went into the studio, and I felt like when I was in the studio, when I was writing songs, I wasn't writing anything happy. Like I normally write, you know, happy songs. You look at my songs I've had in the past, you know, Troublemaker, Heart Skips a Beat, Wrapped Up, they're all kind of like, way. So this, I was trying to write happy songs that just wasn't coming out. So we just started to write real, you know, songs that I could really relate to and things that really were connecting with me, and that's where the album came from, yeah.
That's interesting. Being sad produces sad songs, obviously.
I think so, but I still, I think like it was I don't know. I just felt like more like I had more ideas and more things to talk about when I was talking about what I'd been going through. I think when you're trying to write a song that is just like a happy, feel-good song, you have to be in that place, and I wasn't really in that place. So, and I wanted the album. The album isn't. By the way, the album isn't that sad. It's quite upbeat and quite a lot of fun elements to it, but it definitely has that slight heartbreak feel to it as well.
It does. One of the singles, You Don't Know Love,
yeah,
it probably relates to your girlfriend.
A little bit. I mean, it was kind of more about me talking to my fans, really, and talking to people saying, look, you know, you don't know love until this is how you feel. And so when I broke up with my girlfriend, that's kind of how I felt. Like I felt really lost. I felt really down. I felt like I'd lost someone really important in my life. And that was kind of like, you don't know love until... And it was kind of just referencing these really dramatic things. I mean, obviously, you know, of how you feel when you lose someone you love. So, yeah.
Is there any person in the world you would like to say to, you do know love?
You do mean like they know love?
Yeah.
I would say like the couple that I always see on TV or around the world that really can see their love, they really do love each other, is probably Michelle Obama and Barack Obama. Like their love is really sort of like I don't know, you just watch them together and you see them together and they're at them events and they're dancing or they. It's just really like, yeah, you can really see they love each other. So yeah.
And a person for you, where you would say like, okay, you do know love, like
For me,
yeah.
oh, my parents. My parents been married. What now? God, I have to get this right. 40 years, 50 years, something like that. No, that won't be 40, won't be 50 years. It'd be like 40, I think.
That's a really long time.
Yeah, I'm probably wrong there, but I don't know.
You're gonna see that.
They've been together
online.
a long time, decades. No, they really love each other, and you know, obviously, I'm sure it's changed every year they're together. But like every time I see them, I can still sense that they really adore each other and they were meant to be together. So it's a great feeling to see, and hopefully one day I can have that.
Oh, shout out to Olly Murs' parents at this point.
What's happening?
You have presenting the X Factor last year,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of a funny story because that's a show that kind of made you big and made
Yeah.
you break through. The Voice is on television in Germany right now at the moment. What do you think about shows like that? After you like have seen both sides as a
Yeah.
contestant, as a presenter.
I think the shows are great. I really do, because I only ever had a positive experience, and for me, I came from a reality show because I wanted to break through. I wanted to be an artist, and I think that it's not the show's fault that these you know, artists that come through these shows always blame the show when they leave it because they've not been successful or something's not quite happened. Yeah, it's the show's fault. It's the show's fault. But it's not the show's fault. It's they've got to go away and use this platform as a positive thing and go out there and go, right, I'm going to take the bull by the horns. I'm going to go write some big hits. I'm going to make myself a name for myself. But that's the thing. When I left X Factor, I had a drive and ambition to be a success. Whereas I think a lot of these acts come on the show, they make it obviously a bit like I'm sure over here, they get massively famous quite quickly, and then the show finishes and they. So it's important to take that platform and go, right, I'm gonna drive and not dwell. Oh my God, I'm really successful now. You're not until you finished.
Exactly.
Until you start your music career.
And this is not anybody saying that. It's you. And this is the best example that it works like
Yeah.
that. Well, it's Christmas time, Olly Murs.
Yes.
That's the time to be honest and to reflect about what we've done and what we've said. So let's get together.
I'm just getting a bit closer to you. I felt like I was miles away.
It's cozy, you know?
It's Christmas
yeah,
now.
It's Christmas. We're getting cozy now.
Yeah.
And I found some quotes. And I want you to guess if you said them or if I just made them up or if they are just from somebody else.
Okay. Hit me.
The part I like the least about my body are my hairy nipples.
That's true.
Still?
Yeah, 100%.
I've seen you waxing them.
I've waxed them recently, but they are. I just don't think hairy nipples are very attractive.
Me neither. You know what? I
No.
get hairy nipples too.
Yeah, it's not attractive. I don't
It
think women.
isn't.
I don't think women like hairy nipples.
But I think waxing nipples isn't an option.
It isn't an option either. So we're kind of screwed, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. Let's just
So,
cover them all day. Okay. I want to be in a stable relationship and have kids by the time I'm 30.
I said that. That's true.
But you're...
I'm 32 now.
Yeah.
Yeah, mate.
it did work out pretty well
It
for
hasn't
you.
worked that well so far. I think that's because I'm really driven at work. I love my job too much. I think I need to take a chill pill from that, and I'm sure if I met the right girl, then things would work
Make
out.
some kids.
But I just can't help it.
With some hairy nipples. Strength does not come from winning. When you go through hardships and decide to surrender, that is strength.
I never said that.
For sure?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. It was Arnold Schwarzenegger.
It's really I just know that definitely something I would never say.
You gotta go to strength.
Can I read that? But can I read it for you? No, can I read that? Just that one line again?
The one line, yeah. Yeah.
Where is
Well, no, you're gonna see if the next one because
Cover it up. What is
yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Which one is it?
Do like that.
Yeah, show me.
Yeah. The third.
Strength does not come from winning. When you go through hardships and decide not to surrender, this is strength.
I am the president. That was funny.
Hey, listen, if Donald Trump can be the president of the United States of America,
Yeah, Arnold
Arnold
Schwarzenegger.
Schwarzenegger can do whatever he wants. He's,
Okay, you gotta be careful at this point what you say now because you know at this times anybody's gonna take the seat.
maybe me
Really,
and you will
yeah.
take it.
Because okay, let's just continue.
Okay, continue.
Yeah. I'm just an instant flirt with most people. I'm very cheeky.
Yes, that's me.
And that was quick.
That's definitely me. That sums me up. pretty much. That's
Can
what
you
I've said.
remember that you said that, or would you just?
I can't remember me saying it, but I think someone asked. It's like, well, I'm a bit of a flirt and I'm a little bit cheeky, but that's just kind of who I am. Can't help it.
Such an honest guy like that. I said if I have a number one, I'll do a naked photo shoot. I'm not sure if a lot of people would like to see that, but it was more to the fans, really.
Yes, that was me. Correct. I've said some really strange things. But no, when I got number one in 2010, it was Please Don't Let Me Go, which was my first ever single. Katy Perry was up against Katy Perry. And yeah, I said if I got number one, I'd get naked. And then it actually happened. So then I went and did a naked photo shoot. So it was just for the fans, really. But it was great. I mean, I will never forget for the rest of my life. I'll never ever forget that because it was a real spontaneous thing I said in an interview. A bit like this. I just said it completely off the cuff. And then it stuck, and we actually got number one, and I, fulfilled the promise.
Well, that's how life is probably. You got to be careful what you say. And that's
Exactly.
why this Arnold Schwarzenegger thing can turn back around towards you maybe one day.
Olly Murs
He said it in 2016.
in an interview, he said I could be president. No, yeah, I mean, who knows?
Yeah, hopefully he's not getting back to that. All the best.
Thank you,
with
man.
the new album. It was a
too.
pleasure.
Pleasure talking to you, man.
Thanks for coming. Olly Murs.